welcome to this video. Now, by the way, if you're one of those guys going to comment down below, ask me to take off my mask, shut up. Oh, by the way, I'm in Hong Kong Nikon Service Center showroom. Why I'm shooting here? Because usually this is always full of people coming here to buy stuff, to repair. But because of the pandemic, this is closed, so I have to shoot by under that golden sign this time. But this time we are looking at the Z5, the just released Z5. What is different? What is the differences between the Z5? For example, compared to the Z6, because they look exactly the same. Oh, this is Z7. Sorry. So what is this Z5 then? The Z5 is an entry-level full-frame mirrorless Nikon camera, obviously. It is under, I think it's actually between the Z6 and the Z50. I should shoot this on the desk, isn't it? So yeah, it is between that, but of course the Z50 is an APS-C size sensor, DX mount. The Z5 is full frame, but entry level. So it would be quite interesting that the Z5 and Z6, quite a lot of things are similar. And when you compare the Z5 and the Z50, actually something is better on the Z50. Interesting. First start with this, got a 24 megapixel sensor. AF system, it got 273 AF points, face detection AF point. Exactly the same as the Z6, but this one has animal AF. Coverage is up to 90% of the frame, which is good. No holding back from Nikon on this thing. Fogging up. What else is similar to the Z6 is the EVF. EVF is 3.69 million EVF. I can't really see much difference. This is really smooth as well, and even this entry-level, really cheap full-frame mirrorless camera is still really smooth and really detailed looking. They do look the same. I can just use it like that. This also has a 5-stop image stabilization, built-in in-body stabilization, just like the Z6. What is not the same is that this only got 4.5 frames per second continuous burst. This is much lower than the Z6. Z6 is really good, 12 FPS. And even if you compare to the M50, this can go up to 11 FPS, which it might confuse you a little bit, but because it's APS-C size, the sensor is smaller. This is a full frame sensor, entry level, so you got to lose something that is, I think that's sensible. 4.5 frames per second, it will be good for a lot of things, to be honest. The other brand, the first mirrorless camera is around the same burst rate. That's not entry level at all as well. So yeah. So let's look at the body itself. The Z5, by the way, this is the Z5, this is the Z6, because they really just look the same in front. The only difference is you can see the different position of the model. But also the diameter is, I think they are the same as well. They look the same, they measure. I mean, to my eye, they are really exactly the same. The grip is so great, the great Nikon grip that you can recognize. When you pick it up, you know it's Nikon grip. Yeah, it is the same really comfortable grip. As I mentioned before, this is the best handling mirrorless camera ever, really, in my own opinion. If you compare it to the M50, yeah, the M50 is kind of like the same shape, but smaller, much smaller. This is also metal body, magnesium alloy, and they have a same degree of weather sealing, the dust and moisture proofing as the Z6 and Z7. So they are not holding back on the weather shielding, which is really good. Now if we look at the top, it lost the really great top LCD from the Z6 and Z7, but this is entry level, right? Even though this is entry level, you got two dial, because if you remember a lot of DSLR, entry level DSLR, you don't really have two dial. At the back is exactly the same as well, but one surprise is dual card slot, dual SD card slot. They both support UHS-2. On this side is you got the mic and headphone jack, which is really great. You got the usual remote port. You got mini, HDMI, and USB-C. With this USB-C, you can support power to the camera. If you got a power bank with power deliver support, then you can power this while you're shooting. And of course, when you turn off the camera, you can charge the battery with this as well. By the way, it comes with a new battery. It's exactly the same as a lot of much older Nikon camera use. They are compatible, but the new battery has more power. Oh, also by the way, the screen is the normal flip screen. It don't flip to the front. If you want that flip to the front, you will have to get the M50. Now for shooting video, it got 4K, of course, 4K 30, 1080, 60p per second. But if you look at now, this is a photo mode. If I switch to video mode, it crop in. It got a 1.7 time crop, which is actually exactly the same as the Canon, which is kind of funny. Like all these entry level full frame mirrorless camera have to have 1.7 time crop. So this is the Nikon Z5. I think in this situation, I mean when Canon just released a really high-end camera, and Sony is going to release something really high-end. So compared to that, this Nikon Z5 probably looks a little bit, okay, it's just entry level is 4.5 frames per second burst rate. But it is just a really unfortunate time for Nikon to release this. But if you look at it, it is just it's a entry-level camera. It doesn't claim to be really great. The great thing is the price. Just the body itself is 1,400. It's just 100 more than the Canon RP when it's first released. You should really compare this to for example, the Canon RP, which is similar price and really similar spec as well. This is really good for people who want to upgrade from APS-C size camera, or this is really good for Nikon DSLR user who want the first mirrorless camera. There's just no excuse anymore to hold on to DSLR. They do look the same. I can just use it like that. Yeah, this is quite wow.